Granit Xhaka was one of the last players to head back towards the tunnel against Brentford, remaining a little longer than most in front of the travelling fans and holding up his hands in appreciation as they chanted out his name. Such a reception was unimaginable not so long ago, but 3 years on from storming off to a chorus of boos at the Emirates Stadium and in due course losing the captaincy, the current scenes in North London has underlined a remarkable change in fortunes. Xhaka's redemption is above all down to performances. Against Brentford, Xhaka was excellent, much as he has been all season, and as he was for a significant chunk of the last one too. His improvement owes a lot to how Mikel Arteta, the man who convinced Xhaka to stay at the Emirates in 2020, has reformed his midfield. Xhaka has been deemed as a deep-lying midfielder throughout his time in the Premier League, but that role is now left to Thomas Partey, with Arsenal's fullbacks, usually Alexander Zinchenko and Ben White, often tucking inside to provide further support. Xhaka has in turn been freed up to move further forward, utilised as Arsenal's left-sided number 8, with Odegaard or even Fabio Vieira performing a similar role on the opposite side. Quote, "Sometimes you have to take players out of their comfort zone and open a different door to explore how the team will react to it and what the opposition will do," explains Arteta. Xhaka looked uncomfortable in the new position at times initially. A costly injury to Partey then required him to drop back in the final few games of the campaign. By then though, it had already become clear he enjoyed having more license to attack. Now the Swiss international is flourishing. Xhaka has already had a direct hand in more goals than in any of the previous 3 seasons. Arsenal are suddenly playing to his strengths. Xhaka is less involved in Arsenal's build-up, his numbers for passes dropping by nearly 15% from last season, but he's a massive influence in games, far more in the final third, producing more chances and having over twice as many touches in the opposition box. Xhaka has always possessed outstanding vision and passing ability, and those qualities are now helping to freeing opposition defenses. In addition to maximising his best qualities, the change of position is helping to cover his weaknesses. Those weaknesses have long frustrated Arsenal fans. Since his arrival in the Premier League in 2016, Xhaka has made more errors leading to goals than any other outfield player. He also ranks top for red cards and bookings. Only 2 players, Wilfred Ndidi and Oriol Romeo, have conceded more fouls. Xhaka's temperament has let him down at times, but his position on the pitch was, until recently, another big factor behind the reoccurring issues that so angered the club's supporters. Xhaka, lacking the acceleration or tackling ability of a player like Partey, urged him on one event to avoid tackling altogether, which was often left exposed at the base of midfield and exposed to opposition runners. Xhaka has been magnificent in bringing the best out of Jesus, whose header against Brentford took him to 4 goals in his first 7 starts. His role has changed, but some things remain constant. His professionalism and commitment, while often overlooked by fans, have always commanded the respect of his peers and coaches. His reception from the Gunners capped a story of redemption, but the bigger changes are to be found on the pitch, where the reinvented Xhaka can be seen charging forward and carving open opposition defenses. Expect to hear his name sung again if he continues in the same vein throughout the season.